Hi guys, this is my video review of the Hot Toys Ironman 3 Heart Breaker. As you can see, we've got a nice image of Iron Man here on the front. And as you can also see, his image wraps around on the side. As you can see right there, the glass I dropped from the light bulb falling down is still there. Should get on that later, but it doesn't take up too much of the review space right now. But it's daylight, so we don't have to worry about me having to put the light bulb here or there to allow you to see the toy, because it's still daylight. Let's see. Here we got on the side, it says Ironman Heart Breaker. And here on the back, you've got the information. Here on the bottom, you see the Ironman 3 logo. So now, as my friend Optibotimus would say, let's open it up and see how cool it actually is. First I gotta... This actually slides up. Hold on. As you can see, here's this cover. I guess that helps fill up space. I actually don't like to keep these in the box, so I'll just take this out, but maybe later I'll put this piece of paper somewhere else. And now here you have Iron Man in the packaging. As you can see, here's the figure with the two fisted hands, the two open hands, and the articulated hands. And here you have the preservative. I usually like to keep this, although I have some lying around. I forget which toys those belong to, but yeah, maybe it'll be easier if I... sorry, my other hand's holding the camera. It's much easier if I... Yeah. Alright, I really don't care much for this piece either. I prefer to not leave it in the box. I still keep this somewhere, but usually I have it like this, and then I put the lid over it. That usually keeps everything in place, and then when I take the lid off, boom, here's the figure, and I can play with it and stuff. There's actually another layer to this. Yeah, you'd know that if you collect any Hot Toys, but sorry, this is still tough. It's not like my Ultra Magnus, where the plastic trays don't really snap together, but I still want to do this on video camera. Alright, here we have the stand, the little pole, although I don't think Iron Man's much of a stripper, so that's just to hold this little claw thing to keep it standing. Let's see if I can get this out. And here are the batteries. I think for collector purposes, I may keep these batteries in here and just buy some store batteries to put in Iron Man. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Might do it soon, although I usually keep forgetting to buy those batteries. Let's see. lift up this tray. Again, much harder than Ultra Magnus because they really use better plastic trays on here, and these kind of, well, I wouldn't, yeah, maybe kind of better because it keeps everything in place. But, yeah, these kind of slip. These don't really slip off. You have to kind of loosen it up a bit. I usually don't open it up like this, though. But for review purposes, yeah. Damn it, something's still sticking, obviously. I may actually get rid of this part too. Not sure if everything will stay in the box well if I do that, but definitely should consider removing this next time I review a Hot Toys Iron Man figure. Here's the stand, so I don't have to worry about my Iron Man touching any of the glass I accidentally spilled last time. Here's the here's his stripper pole. Although he's more likely to play with strippers than actually become one. It's kind of flexible. I have been warned that you don't want to use this flight stand with die-cast Iron Man figures like the Mark 42. Will never hurt. It wouldn't hurt to try, but I'll still be careful with it. But this works just fine for the all plastic figures, the non-iron Patriot, Mark 42, Mark 43, War Machine figures. I actually have quite a few Mark 42 toys. I think they did those in die-cast just because it's the only way Hot Toys could make a better Iron Man figure than Figuarts from Bandai. I may also get around to reviewing the Figuarts Mark 42 figure. But, yeah, here you can see Iron Man. Don't mind if I cut this video. I need to get my camera into position. So far I've been doing this one-handedly with the other hand holding the camera. Okay guys, I've got my camera into position now. He's not really, the claw isn't really holding the figure, but he's sort of leaning on it, but that's okay for this quick review. Yeah, he's mostly, well, he's got some silver too, but he's mostly gold and red. I know this was a very highly anticipated figure, and it certainly doesn't disappoint. I mean, I love almost every inch of this figure, from the huge braces on his chest to his knee pads, the nice layers on his thigh armor. This little, I don't think this shoots lasers, but I still like this part sticking out here. This little, the braces around his bicep. Yeah. I hear the Python Iron Man figure uses these legs as also, as well as the Mark 7 for the upper body. I bet that must be really fantastic figure. Unfortunately, I don't have one. He looks pretty good on the back as well. I like those silver bits behind his knees. Oh, jetpack looks pretty cool too. I also like all these panel lines around his face. Could really tell he's a much more powerful Iron Man. Now, for the articulation, it's on a ball joint. Can rotate 360 degrees. Move up and down. As you can see, the bicep rotates there. Bends at the elbow, about 90 degrees, even though it's double jointed. So you don't really get a true type body sort of movement, but still pretty fiddly. You could also move the legs. Now you actually want to open up this side panel to get it to go out, and I think there's a panel here that you actually, yeah, you could, could bend, it's not quite 180 degrees of motion there, maybe like 120 degrees forward and back, but as for the side, about 45 degrees, I think. I don't really want to experiment too much on that when I'm just looking at the toy through the camera. Could bend, I believe, also a 90 at the knee. Or maybe more than a 90. Yeah, that's like 120 degrees there. And I think it's got good amount of ankle pivot, like as if it's on a ball joint. Now, like I said, he does come with a pair of repulsor hands. Now, I usually don't display these. I keep them in the box, or I take them out to play with them. I usually like to just have my Iron Man with one repulsor hand, because that way I don't have to keep swapping hands whenever I play with it, because I usually prefer one fist, one hand open. Yeah. He comes with articulated hands as well, but for repulsor, this one works great. And you can, and he's moving, and with the repulsor hand, his wrist is going upward as if he's about to shoot a repulsor out. You can get some pretty cool poses like this. Hold on, it's not standing upright. Sorry, I'll have to cut it for a bit. So, all in all, Iron Man's a great figure. My favorite Iron Man figure to date. For $250, he's expensive, but he's well worth the price. I would have liked it if Hasbro or Bandai made their own Iron Man figure, but I think this guy shouldn't be too hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find one, pick it up.